Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to set up this room real quick for me and Layla, and then we will get started for this mentoring session. So let me just get this all set real quick. Off. I got this all set up. Let's get this link out to Layla real quick, and then we should be good to go. All right, this is all good to go. Just copy this over and I'll send this over to you guys too in the group. All right, that's good. I'm just waiting for Layla to show up, guys, and then we can get started. Let me see. Got this all set up here. See if I can find the trades right now. So a couple scalps right here available. Let's see. Right there, still technically active. And scalps. So there's one right here, technically still active, I believe. Yeah. Still active and running. See the other strategy here.
Hi there.
Hey, Lila, how's it going?
How are you?
Doing good. How's everything been with you?
Everything's good. Busy with work and stuff, and yeah, getting back to the Forex game.
Yeah, definitely. Have you been trading, or have you just been copying the trades, I guess, lately?
Pretty much copying the trade because I'm not getting it.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll try to cover as much stuff as possible today to see what you need help with. So are you following like a specific strategy, or are you just going from strategy to strategy?
Well, I kind of blew my account, so I can't do US 30 right now because I don't have enough money in it. So I just been copy and trading the Forex signals.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I haven't really I'm not really looking at it or doing any strategies.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So is there one that you want to work on today, or the one that you want to focus on, or is there I don't know.
Yeah, I want to do the FTMO challenge again. So I want to learn how to scalp the US 30.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'd probably be your best option, because that's pretty much what everyone's been applying, and that's how everyone is making the most profit. Like all the profit that you see here, with all the daily posts, they're all pretty much from just scalping, because the market right now is perfect for scalping. Like everything here, I think like Edwin over here, yeah, everyone who's been trading here, all these trades, I don't think majority of these people do any normal intraday trades anymore, because the market just it's not really moving like how it used to before. Last year, it's moving kind of slow for the Forex pair. So it's a lot easier to just catch these scalps. And that's why a lot of people make a lot of profit right away. And I think it probably will be best for you as well, with your schedule, since you still you still do other work on the side. So I think with scalping, as long as you can scalp in the morning, or, whenever you have free time, really, that'd be better, because you can just hop into trades right away instead of having to, wait for trades to play out. and then have to move your stop loss and profit. I know it's pretty tedious. I'm sure you, you know, it gets a little annoying having to adjust your position while it's active.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely want to learn the scalping strategy for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, do you know which one do you want to learn? Is there one specifically that you're interested in, or is there
no, just US 30, I think is the best.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we could probably focus on the 3 minute because I think this would probably be the easiest one for you. We do still have the 10 minute, which it still works. It's just this one, you have to, like, there's a little more work that goes into identifying these, and there's a little more confusion when you have to identify the zones and stuff like that. So I think we should probably just focus on Josh's 3 minute strategy. And I think once you get this down, you should be pretty much fine. This is the strategy that most people are using anyway. So I think it would fit with what you're trying to, you know, master.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I want to do.
All right, perfect. So let's get started. I'll just put the requirements here for Josh's strategy so that you can see exactly what you need to focus on. So basically this strategy is applied for US 30 on the 3 minute time frame. Basically the indicators that you need for this required indicators are going to be the K2 momentum indicator and the K2 pivots indicator. So the difference with these two right here is you'll leave the normal settings for the K2 momentum indicator, but for the K2 pivots indicator, or this is probably something that we should probably go over because I don't know if you have it set up on your settings. So if you go to the K2 momentum indicator, you want to go to that indicator, and then you want to make sure that you have these three right here unplotted, the last three, because if you have those plotted on, you're going to see these extra lines on here. And I think this might confuse you if you see these extra lines right here. So,
okay, hold on. Yes. Let me go to my chart. Reading view. Okay, so why do I have there's two pivots. The SRV2.
So yeah, you're not going to need the K2SR. You just need the K2 momentum indicator and the K2 pivots indicator for this strategy.
Okay. Which one's the momentum one?
It's a K2 proprietary trading strategy indicator.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so that'll be the momentum indicator. Once you click on that, yep, you'll have that on your chart. Okay, cool. So once you have that open, just go to your chart, go to your settings, and then uncheck these three last boxes down here. And that'll take off those extra lines.
Hold on. K2. One, two, three. Okay.
All right, perfect. So you have that on there. The other indicator that you need is going to be the K2 pivots indicator. So just make sure you have that on your chart. And you'll go under settings for the K2 pivots as well. And then you're going to uncheck level 1 and level 2. So you only have 2 lines on the chart.
Got it. Okay.
Perfect. All right, perfect. So once you have that, that's pretty much it for the indicators. So now that you have all the indicators on the chart, I'll go over the actual strategy now. So this is going to be the Josh K2 3-minute US 30 strategy. So for this strategy here, the first requirement is that you just confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. That's going to be the first requirement. For the second requirement, there's going to be 2 different options. For 2A, you want to confirm the signal candle is breaking and closing past the K2 pivots. Or if that doesn't fit, we'll look at 2B, where you want to confirm the signal is breaking or the signal closes above the pivots for a buy or below the pivots for a sell. And then once those are met, you can enter on the open of the following candle. And then you'll set TP stop loss to 250 or 25.50. So that's pretty much it. For this right here, this is pretty much the strategy here. So I'll show you an example for 2A first. So for 2A, I'll just go to this right here because this is going to be a clear example. So looking at this one right here, the first requirement is to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. So right here, we have a valid buy signal. So for that, that's going to be requirement number 1. For number 2, you want to confirm that the signal is breaking closing past the K2 pivots. So for right here, this green candle right here, it's breaking past these 2 pivots and it's closing past it, right? So with that said, it fits under the second requirement right there. Okay. So once you have that, you can just ignore 2B because you already have 2A. And then after that, you can enter on the open of the following candle. So right here, you enter a long position. And then you'll set your TP stop loss to 25, which is 250 pips. And your stop loss to 50, which is 500 pips. So with that said, that's pretty much all that you need. And then once you have that set up, you can just let it run. For this, you don't have to change. You don't have to adjust the position. Once you enter the trade, you can just set your TP stop loss and then just let it run. So right here, you let it run, and there you go, full TP off that trade. So it's a lot easier. And I know there's some difficulty, if you have to go and make adjustments, but if you just follow this how it is, it makes things a whole lot easier.
So you don't even have to look at it. You just let it run. You don't really need to.
Yeah, exactly. You just take the trade and then you just let it run. Because it moves so fast. You can see right here that after you take the trade, it goes into some slight drawdown, but you'll know if you win or lose a trade within 18 minutes, right? You hit TP in 18 minutes. So you don't really have to make adjustments because you'll take the trade and then you'll just let it play out like it's supposed to.
So how do you do this on what broker do I use? I use MT4.
Yeah. So depending on what broker you're using, if you're using FTMO, you can do this on FTMO. The asset's going to be US30.cash. It's going to be the same thing. There's just going to be a slight difference in price. So basically what you can do is you can just subtract the price on TradingView with the price on FTMO to see the difference, because the price is always going to be different. Sometimes it's going to be only off by 10 pips. Sometimes it's 15 pips. It's not really going to be a big difference, but I think the sweet spot, normally it's around 15. I think that's the normal price difference. So you can do either 15 pips, so if you set this up right here, this is going to be the TradingView number, right? So it's 33,754. In order to get the difference, you'll just subtract, the buy or ask price for the FTMO price, which is generally going to be about 15 pips. So if you don't want to do the calculation and you don't want to actually go figure it out, you can just subtract it by 15 points. So for right here, you'll just do 33,754 and you'll just subtract that by 15 pips. And at this point, this is going to be your TP. So this is a TP on TradingView, but this is going to be your TP on FTMO because the pricing is a little different.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. It's not really that difficult. I mean, it might be a little confusing at first, but once you do it a couple times, it'll be pretty simple.
Okay. Can you show me the 2B one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So this is 2A. Let's go over here. I'm just going to go find one where it's already above it. Okay. So right over here. All right. So same thing again, right here. The first requirement, you just want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a valid buy signal. So this is going to be requirement number 1. Requirement number 2, you want to confirm that the signal is breaking and closing past the K2 pivots. Right here, price is already above the pivots. So this isn't going to qualify. You skip this one and you go to 2B. So for 2B, if your buy signal is above the pivots, then for 2B, you want to confirm that the signal closes above the pivots for a buy or below for a sell. So for example, here, this is above. So you're looking for a buy. You just want to make sure that this is above the pivot. So right here, this candle is closed above because the pivots are down here. And with that said, that's going to confirm the second requirement there.
Okay.
And then you'll do the same thing. Once you have that, you just enter again right here. You set your TP stop loss to 250 pips, which is 25 points. And then your stop loss is going to be 50 points, which is 500 pips. So once you have that set up, you just let it run. And same situation again right here, full TP within like an hour. So you're not holding on to this trades for like all day. You're gonna know within the next hour or so whether you've won the trade or not.
Okay, so you enter on once the candle closes.
Exactly, yeah. So like for example here, if you're waiting for this to close, you can already start to check off the requirements. So if you're waiting for this to close right here, you're just waiting because you already know you'll know if it's a valid signal or not, right? Because you're gonna see it moving around. So once you see it moving around, that's when you can start to confirm the requirements. Like say if it's still actively open, each candle is only 3 minutes, so it doesn't take very long for this to close. You can just follow along, and then as soon as it closes, you can just hit like a market buy order or market sell order, depending on what you're trying to take. So you could just have your MT4 open, and then as soon as this closes, you just hit buy, and then you're already in the trade. And then once you're in the trade, that's when you can set up the TP stop loss, because these scalps move too fast. You can't really set like a pending order. You have to enter right away.
Yeah. When do you know when the candle closes?
Exactly, yeah. So when the candle closes, that's when you'll hit buy or sell.
Yeah, but how do you know like when the candle will close?
There's going to be a timer here. So if you go over here, there's, whenever you have a trade that's running or when it's actively running, there's a timer right here with a countdown. So you have 1 minute left on this candle right here.
Wait, where's the timer?
It's right over here. Do you see this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this right here will be the timer. So you're just waiting for it to close.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to have one right now because, we already have a signal, but if you're waiting for one, you're pretty much just waiting for it to wind down. And then once it gets, the last couple of seconds, if it looks like a good entry already, you can just have your buy or sell button open on your MT4. And as soon as it closes, you can just hit buy or sell. And then after that, you can set up your TP stop loss or something like that. And then you can just set it up from there. And then that's how you enter your TP stop loss from that point.
Wow, it's that easy?
Yeah. That's like all of the live trades that we take in the morning.
Oh my gosh. So I haven't been on the live in the mornings recently, but how long are you doing it for?
I do it every morning from 6:30 till about 10. So I'm on there for about 4 hours a day in the morning. So if you want to watch any of the other sessions, because I do it live, like you can see when I do it myself. So if you want to watch the session either from today or from yesterday or from any of the other days, I do the same thing every day because this is the main strategy that we use for our scalping.
Okay. That's so cool. And then for Forex, are you still looking at Forex or not so much anymore?
Yeah, no, I'm still looking at Forex, but the problem with the Forex is that there's just not that many entries. Like I still check it because we take the 4-hour candle whenever it closes. But there isn't really many entries that are available here. Like I have some that are marked up that I want to take, but you can see that there's like little movement here. Like we've been trying to enter this trade here, but it's already been how long it's been a full day already, 24 hours, almost 20 hours right here, and still it hasn't come down to fill the trade. So I'm still looking at Forex. It's just when I find a good entry, I'll call it. But lately there just hasn't been that many good entries for us to take. The market's just slow. And it's usually like that. It starts to get slower as we get closer to summer, but also because there's just not much going on in the world. Like last year, when Trump was president, he's always saying things that made the world kind of go crazy. So like whenever stuff happens, it would push price up or down. Now it's not so much. The market's a lot slower. It's not as fast as it was the past 2-3 years ago. So that's why we're more focused on scalps because for scalps, we can just wait for the trade to come and we're like fishing. We're just waiting for the trade to come. As soon as it comes, we take the trade. But I'm still looking at Forex. There's just not enough entries for us to take here. And if we do find entries, they're usually going to be risky entries because you can see right here that price doesn't really move smoothly as it used to. It kind of goes back and forth. So it's a little bit harder for us to catch, solid entries that way.
Yeah, the problem with Forex is like I had my account up to 300, then it like all of a sudden went down to 50 because like when I win, I win, but it's like not that much. But when I lose it all.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah,
So
it was. I think the last time we talked about it, it was like about your risk management and some of your lot sizes that were kind of it's kind of
yeah,
different, you know, because that's the one thing that's also a little difficult about the forex trades is that each forex pair is measured differently. I think the last time we talked, you didn't realize that one is a lot cheaper than the other one, and you
right.
were using the same lot size, like
Yeah.
for odd USD, you're using the same lot size for something like GBP USD or something like that, or like something that costs more, like one of the euro
Yeah.
pairs. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the better thing with US 30, because since this is the only thing that you'll be trading, you don't have to
Mhm.
worry about, thinking about what the different lot sizes are. You're kind of just using the same one every trade because every trade's pretty much the same.
Okay, so if I do the FTMO challenge, you think I can like pretty much pass it? Like, do you think it'll take like a whole month for me to pass it?
Um, yeah, I mean, a month isn't that long because you still have to, because the thing is, well, I mean, you could even take quicker. Like, I think the quickest you can pass it is like in 20 days.
Mhm.
The longest that it would take for you to pass it would be, I mean, your maximum time is going to be 30 days for the challenge and then 60 days for the verification. So if that's the case, it might take 2 or 3 months if you take your time. But if you're just scalping,
Mhm.
I think you should be fine passing it pretty quickly. Because, if you look at other people's profits here too, who are also doing FTMO, on, let's see, I'm going to find one person here. Like, let's see. Yeah, like Trell. Like Trell's making like 4,000 with one trade. He could pass his FTMO already within a few days if he keeps doing well.
Yeah.
Like he has 3 or 4 good days, he can pass it right away. And you can do the same thing too. It's just it just really depends on how you trade it, because it's not going to be guaranteed, right? You don't know if you're going to be taking all the same trades that everybody's taking. It just depends on how much effort you put into it.
Yeah.
Because some people here, like me, I only take a few trades a day. I take like 3 or 4 trades a day. But
Mhm.
someone like Cheryl here, she's taking like 20 trades a day. So she
Mhm.
makes more profit. She can pass faster.
Okay. And then are you only doing scalps now? For
No, no,
you?
I'm still doing Forex. Like I mentioned, I'm still doing Forex, but there's not that many entries. So when there's
No,
entries,
not
I take
Forex,
it.
but I mean, I'm talking about like US 30, like, um, are you doing just scalps for US 30?
No, we're still doing the daily entries too, if it appears. But like, if you remember the requirements for it, like basically if the signal comes late, like around 10, like today it came at 10, we don't take trades after 10.
Mm,
So there was
okay.
no signal between 10. So that's why we didn't take this trade. But if we were to take it, this probably would have hit like TP1 or something like that. It's just the trade came too late, so we couldn't take it.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So if it's there, I'm still taking it. But if it's not there, then I just skip it, because we can just take the scalps in between.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still trading everything. I'm trading Forex. I'm trading US 30 on the 10 minute. I'm trading it on the 3 minute. I'm trading it on the 1 minute. I'm trading everything still how I used to. It's just the main focus is different now because we have to adjust our focus, due to market conditions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And do you still do the live training like on Fridays too?
Yeah, I do it every day. So I go live every day, Monday through Friday, and then
Okay.
Sunday when we start the week. So basically Sunday through Friday for the most part.
Okay. Cool. I think that's it. Anything else?
Not really. This strategy is really simple, but like I mentioned, it's all going to come with practice. Like you just have to practice it, and then once you get everything down, it's pretty much the same thing every single time. I mean, the main difference would probably just be what lot size you'll be using. Do
Yeah.
you know which account size for FTMO you plan on using,
I
or
think I'm gonna do the 100.
100K? Okay, so for the
Yeah.
100K, you should probably use. Let's see, you should probably start a little small and then you'll increase a little higher. So, well, not too small, but enough where you can still pass. So
Yeah.
I generally use, I'm trying to think. I think I use like a 5 lot. I generally use like a 5 lot.
Okay.
Um, and then for the five, so you should probably use a 2.5, I believe. Yeah, 2.5 lot size for your scalps. But this is only for your scalps. Okay. So just make sure that you know that this is only for scalps and you're not using this for the daily entry, because for the scalps, you're only going for your stop loss is going to be 50 pips. But if you use a daily entry, it's going to be uh, 1,500 pips. So it's a big difference between the scalps and the daily entries. So just make sure that you're not using that same lot size for the daily entry if you decide to take it. And I don't think you should take the daily entry anyways. You should just focus on these scalps because it's going to be an easier way for you to pass because you're not exposing yourself to too much risk. Because it's easier for you to just have a couple scalps a day. Like say for example, if you're doing a couple scalps a day, like say you're doing like maybe 3 scalps a day.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing 3 scalps a day and say that they all win. So like, for example, 250 pips times 2.5. So you're making about 625 per trade. So you do that times 3, you're going to lock in somewhere around 1,800 a day, right? Your goal is only to make 10,000.
Yeah.
So 10,000 divided by 1,875. You only need about 5 good days of trading to pass your FTMO. If you have 5, consecutive good days.
Wow.
And you'll pass your FTMO. It's really simple. Like a lot of people don't realize like how simple it is. You just have to do the basic math to like figure out what it takes to pass. Yeah. And if you're using a conservative lot size like 2.5, you're not going to fail your FTMO, but you're also not going to pass it right away. But you're going to consistently, because the strategy has such a high win rate that as long as you're consistent and you're not making mistakes and you're just doing everything how it's supposed to be done, you should be able to pass within, a couple of weeks or so, or even sooner, depending on how many trades you take.
Okay, I'm gonna be on the live like every day.
Yeah. And what you can do too is if you just follow the live, you can just take the trades that I'm taking. You don't even, of course it's gonna be better for you to apply the strategy yourself. Yeah. But if you're not comfortable with it yet, you can just sit on the live, and then whenever I enter a trade, you can enter it with me. Yeah. And then from there, you can draw it up yourself and put your own TP stop loss there so that you can do it yourself, and you can practice so that you're comfortable, plotting your TP stop loss on your own, so that when you start taking trades on your own, you'll be ready to go once it comes time.
Yeah, I think I want to do that. Okay, that sounds good. I think that's it. I'm just
definitely.
Yeah, I just really wanted to know how to scalp, and that's why I'm gonna just.
Yeah, I think you're gonna like this a lot more. You're not gonna be as stressed out, and you're gonna know right away if you win or lose. And most of the time, it wins, so I think you should be fine. Another thing, I recommend that you probably only focus on scalping during New York session 2 in the morning.
Okay.
Because during Asia session, the market doesn't really move as fast. So you might be stuck in some trades like all night. And that's not something that I recommend for scalps, because you don't really know where price is going to go if you hold on to it for too long.
Yeah. Okay. So New York time. Okay. I jotted everything down. Okay, cool. Perfect.
All right, cool. Yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. But I think you should be fine. It's really simple. And if I'll send you the link for this so you can rewatch it later if you really want to. Okay. And then you can just go back and review what we just covered. But it's pretty simple. It's straightforward.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Shawn.
Definitely, Layla. Okay, perfect. So if you have any questions, reach out. But I think you should be fine.
Thank you. Have a good